Hello, hello, welcome back to another episode of Terraria 1.3. In this episode we're going to go over some changes I have done to our little base here, and they are further down here. You might have seen part of it on the minimap, or actually, could you have seen any of it? You might have seen a little bit of it down below the chest. I have another level here just in case I need additional storage at some point in the future. And this here is going to be a multi-purpose area here. So what I'm going to be doing here is, this is where we're going to be fighting Ep12, and not in this episode. Well, maybe in this episode, we will have to see. Yeah, we're going to be fighting Ep12 here, probably multiple times actually, as well as this is going to be our plant farm for potions and whatnot. The water leaf plants that we've been getting, do I have any on me actually? I do not. Water leaf, the blink root, stuff like that we've been picking up. I've been generally selling off because of money. However, I feel like I'm at a point where I don't need to worry about spending or selling those off for the money, and I can go ahead and safely start to farm these to create potions and other useful items that will help us out a lot more in the long run. These platforms, by the way, are made of granite. I went down and farmed up some of the granite from the enemies, and yeah, from the enemies. I don't know where I was supposed to go with that. I believe there is actually a granite biome, but I have not yet seen one. Or at least I don't recall seeing one. But yeah, we are just clearing up just a bit more of this here dirt, and I wanted to would have done this off camera. This platform, by the way, is exactly 100 tiles or blocks long, and there are 12 rows here. We are going to have 2 rows per plant, meaning we are going to have 200 potential growing locations per plant, which is probably more than enough for anyone. But we will go ahead and go with this to start up with. There are a couple other plant types that we cannot grow in these particular types of conditions. Those are regular mushrooms that we've been finding on the surface, and another type of mushroom which spawns in a mushroom biome. Did I break glass? I thought I broke some on the glass wall. Apparently not. But yeah, as I was just cleaning this up here, I wanted to kind of show this off and get this last little bit done. I got another 2 blocks to go still for the bottom level. I used a lot of TNT or dynamite rather, and bombs to open up all of this area really quickly. And I've just been going in and cleaning up everything. I also went and got a compass. I got this from a chest underground, I believe. I also made a gold watch, which was just 10 bars of gold and a piece of chain. I made it up here in one of these because it requires a chair and a table of some sort. So made that there, and with these we can actually go ahead and make a particular item. We looked at this item and I think I'm missing something from my inventory right now. It's oh, you can make it 1 second timer. It is a GPS. We need the depth meter. We don't have the depth meter on us. Why do we not have the depth meter on us? I usually always carry one of those around with me. Oh, I think it's because I'm using the auto stack feature, and it's probably putting it in there because the other ones are in there as well. Yeah, so we just combined those 3 items into one. And we can now get all of that information off of one item, so that clears up quite a bit of inventory space. We've also had the traveling merchant show up a couple times, and I have gotten the bricklayer, which happened to be lucky. The quick raider I got on the surface chest as well, I believe. I don't remember. A lot has happened. I know I got this from a traveling merchant. That was 15 gold, by the way. Which I probably won't be using anytime soon, but I wanted to get it just because I'm kind of an item collecting kind of person. This would be interesting actually to get at some point, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I wanted to get that just because it's not something I can find everywhere else. We're going to put those items away, and I think everything else is fine to have on us. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I do want to just kind of deposit everything here just to get my inventory emptied. Because we are going to be heading down over to the Meteorite that landed a couple episodes ago, which is why we needed to do this obsidian skull so we could actually stand on it. And do I have any gold on me? I do. I have 4 gold on me. Oh, actually, wait. Is this the merchant that was here with the... It was not. This is the most recent one, who's actually selling dynasty wood. I don't think you can find that normally. But, I'm not interested in buying any of that wood right now. We are going to be buying some dynamite though. Oh, and I want to grab that gel back. Not realize that I put in there as well. Did the wood? No, the rope didn't. Well, the rope did, but I don't think. Yeah, the wood did not go in there. I want to make the dynamite into sticky dynamite. And we are going to head off to the right to look for. No. Yeah, traveling merchant departed because it's past their departure time and we put them off screen. We're going to head off onto the right to look for the meteorite that fell from the sky. Oh, another thing I did, if we take a look at the map, I did do some exploration in the sky for another island. I got curious and I looked up on the wiki to see how many islands can actually spawn in a large world, and it says up to 9, but looks like we were only fortunate to get 6. So there's that. It's one of those things, you know, it just doesn't, it's not guaranteed to be that number, but it would have been nice to have all 9 here. Shiverthorn is another one of those that can be put in the plants, the pots. But we'll have to do that with another time. I will pick up some though, along the way, just to make sure we have some seeds to use, and I'm not 100% sure what all the potions require, so we'll have to... Oh, crap. That is Cthulhu, trying to hunt me down right now. Could we take on Cthulhu now? Maybe. Do I want to? No, because I would like to get some meteorite armor. It'll make the fight really much easier, and just easier overall. There's also another item with it that I can use for ranged that I think is better than this. Maybe? By the way, if the meteorite landing is not on the right here, we'll have to run back and go to the left. But I'm hoping I can get some of it before Cthulhu shows up and actually make me make a piece of armor or 2 before it's a problem. I know if I'm underground, he doesn't actually spawn. There's been multiple times where I've seen that message, and he does not spawn until I'm up by the surface, if it's still nighttime, or if it's daytime, he just doesn't spawn that time at all, even though it says an evil presence is watching you. By the way, with the GPS, we were able to tell our location in the map. Oh, there he is. Not good. Yep, there he is, and I need to get away from him for the moment. Because that really is a bad spot to be trying to fight him at. And if I was to teleport away, he would actually despawn because we would be too far away from him. This, by the way, is called the dungeon. We'll have to get to that at a future point. especially considering we haven't even fought the first boss, which is Cthulhu over here, and or King Slime. Depends on what you want to call the first boss. I probably consider him the first boss since he spawns naturally, and King Slime's kind of an event. Oh, this here is the meteorite that fell. Okay. Yeah. Yeesh. Okay, let's get some dynamite down and see if we can't maybe get some of it before this becomes a massive problem. Essentially, this is the next tier of armor and weapons that we need to grab, and it is honestly a pain to get, especially when being chased down by a boss. Ow. Though I might actually be able to use TNT to my advantage to some extent, maybe? That was dealing about 270 something damage to him, was it not? This also appears to have been a pretty small meteorite that fell. I usually see them much bigger than this. Ow! I was decapitated by a sand ball. What the heck is a sand ball? Maybe when the sand is falling it dealt the damage to me? I don't know. But yeah, since I died and we are way too far away, he has despawned. How much meteorite did I actually get? 296. That might be enough. But for meteorite bars we need 3. We got 98 bars. Yes, space gun requires 20, and this thing is wonderful. Especially because of the meteorite armor does increase the magic damage per piece, as well as it's a 565, which is a 454 in what we have, so it's going to increase our defense by even that much more. And the meteor armor actually seems to be cheaper than I recall. And that door is apparently open. So these guys came on in. Get out of here. Nobody asked you to be here. So yeah, we have 17 defense compared to... Oh, 17 defense. That's actually identical. That is interesting. The set bonus for this must not be the same as this. Oh, right, this is why I wanted the set bonus. The space gun causes no mana. We happen to get Agile Space Gun, which deals 23 magic damage because of the armor benefiting it. Our Ruby Staff is actually more, but it uses mana. So this is what the Space Gun looks like. You fire it off, and it's a very useful weapon. Here is a ham axe. It's a hammer and an axe. So essentially it combines these two items into one, and both of those are at 55% power. Let's go ahead and make one of those. So essentially I can now have those 4 items on my bar, and my weapons are pretty much set. Wow, do I really have 4 rain hats? Okay, we can sell off some of those. I didn't realize I had so many. Okay, I wanted to put this armor away. I want to actually display some of this armor, and I don't want to craft it again in the future. So that is why I am doing that, and I should probably have I should probably name this chest called Old Armor. This one could probably be renamed as well to Vanity Items. Vanity items would be those things there. I know I got some vanity items in here as well. The rain hat is a top hat. I apparently have 2 top hats. I don't know where the second one came from. I got this lead armor as well. already. Okay, more vanity items. Okay, anything else on me I can get rid of before we maybe purposely spawn in the Eye of Cthulhu to fight down below. This chest for decor almost got full, so I did make a second one already, just to be all prepared for it. We do actually have some seeds. Yeah, waterleaf, day blooms, those kind of things, moon glows, deathweed, etc. We can put into pots and actually grow them ourselves, which is what that area is going to be used for, along with the Cthulhu boss fight. Right, is there anything else I can put away? Because I really don't need all of this stuff on me. I really don't. That should be good. That should be good for now. Let's head out to the Meteorite again and see if we can't get the rest of it. I don't think there's much use now that I have full armor. Oh, by the way, one of the things the traveling merchant had at one point was the Crimson Cloak. I decided to get it because, well, it's a crimson cloak, and I can dye whatever color I want. I went with the reflective gold dye, which I don't know if I got on camera or not, but I've been turning in strange plants here and there. We've seen it once. Oh, yeah, I don't think you guys need to see it over and over again. If there are a dye that I'm going to be using, like I changed this to reflective dyes and this to reflective gold only because I had the gold armor on, and that's what you saw me wearing at the start there. Just because it matched pretty well. Also, if you have a accessory over another one in this, it will actually do both of them. In certain cases, I believe. I think if you have a cloak on top of a cloak, it only shows the first one. So these visibility things are still necessary for them, though honestly a gold balloon does not look that bad. Not just any balloon though, it's a reflective gold balloon. I don't know. You can get very, very fancy in this game if you spend the time trying to come up with a color scheme and getting the dyes together and whatnot and what have you. Also, I really like the particle effect on this armor, the meteorite armor. Okay, we should be almost there, right? Are we almost there? Nope. No, we are not. Okay then. By the way, the GPS also gives you the time. We can see what time of day it is. This is going to be useful to know what time frames the traveling merchant can show up if we're getting close to daytime, because bosses will leave in those particular times. If it's coming to day, they'll leave. A few of the nights that we've spent in the previous episodes, you may have noticed the zombies and what else have you run away. That is because it is becoming daytime and they don't like the sun, so they leave. Let's see, we are presently pretty far over in this map just for this one meteorite that wasn't even that big. I have seen much bigger ones. I'm really surprised this one didn't spawn in bigger. But who am I to judge a meteorite, right? Is that what people do? Do they judge meteorites? Is that a thing people do? Alrighty, are we almost there? I suppose I could have taken the minecart over to there and probably made it over to the dungeon just by the items I have, and then just went the rest of the way, but that seems a bit too boring if you ask me. Okay. So we picked up 6 of those. We need to grab our sticky dynamite here. Okay. Those meteorite heads will stop spawning once there's less than 15 meteorite blocks on the screen, I believe. So you could actually make a farm out of them if you so desired. think this is powerful enough. Yeah, the gold pick is powerful enough to mine the meteorite. So you don't have to use the dynamite like I am. But it's definitely faster if you ask me. It's definitely faster. Alrighty. I suppose we could put some of the sand blocks back. Otherwise we're gonna have this giant hole, but you know what? The giant hole can stay. The giant hole can stay. I love the space gun. Honestly, it's probably one of my most favorite weapons until much later in the game. Did we just get blacking? There are chests down at the bottom of this, by the way, but, oh, yeah, right there. There's one. They can contain flippers and whatnot in them, and this one didn't have anything in it. Alrighty. I figured since we were all the way out there, we may as well grab that, whatever chest may have been in there, and been done with it.